7:30 till 7:59.
Yeah, so it's 1 minute before the hour that we're done, Alan. 1 minute before the hour.
Got you. I see the clock up there. Yep.
Yeah.
Got you. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's when we're done. We'll be done at 7:5900. So
Okay.
5900, they're already on to the next show at that time.
Got you.
All right. We got about 30 seconds to go here. We are backstage here with AbilityMKE Now. We will be live on the radio in less than 30 seconds. So if you're catching us right now on YouTube, just stand by for a moment here. We're getting ready. And just a sneak preview, we got Kurt, we've got Emily, we've got Alan Holmes coming in here. It's gonna be an awesome night. Welcome to AbilityMKE Now. My name is Sue Roskoff, and so happy to be here. AbilityMKE Now is a show all about integration, bringing people with disabilities and people that don't have a disability together, enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. We all have different abilities, and here at AbilityMKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities. The concept of disability hits a wide range of possibilities. We could be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, chronic pain, mental health diagnosis, goals of substance use reduction, and the list goes on. We all have our own experience with disability, whether it's our own or with people we know or people we encounter in our daily lives. Here at AbilityMKE Now, we break down the barriers and celebrate the ability in all of us. We are going to be spotlighting some great activities that are going on. And also, before we get to that, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the man himself, Kurt Roskoff, to share a few thoughts with us as we get rolling tonight. So, Kurt, come on in. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I think really when you say the man himself, that's really going to be our guest, but we'll let Emily get into that. Ladies and gentlemen, I am profoundly pleased, proud, and privileged to be right here on River West Radio right now as you are listening to me, whether it's over the airwaves of the antenna, with River West Radio, or the live stream through SoundCloud, through riverwestradio.com. However we are reaching you, it is in great thanks to the management right here at River West Radio that this is possible. The setup to this, many years ago was that, it is unheard of, to have disability advocacy radio. That is the challenge I give to, Milwaukeeans out and around, is that, if we think about this, to say, where do we have, disability advocacy radio, where we have radio that is by, with, and for people with disabilities, and to speak like this, where in the marketplace in Milwaukee, where, by the way, there are profound things being done. When we began this show, we already were featuring Damian Bookman with the Ability Center, and now there is such a great team at the Ability Center that we are catching the world by storm, and for sure able to make very strong statements nationally right here in Milwaukee. When you look at the Universal Park that the Ability Center is working on, it is making national and international news. Milwaukee definitely is a haven for what we are talking about here at AbilityMKE Now. And Sue and I became aware that something like this was, a topic and a genre and a narrative to carry, because we realized in our own life, we are a part of the Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club west of Milwaukee, way over there, just north of I-94, and part of the Milwaukee market, if you can give us that. And So this year is going to be fun over there in Pewaukee because we can release that the theme of the show this year is Barbie. And we're going to be talking about Barbie. And lo and behold, we enjoyed the movie Barbie. And what did they have in the movie but Barbie, the Barbie that uses a wheelchair was right there in the movie. So this is definitely something that is a growing part of our lives. And we are founded and headquartered and operating out of Milwaukee, but we have had a lot of guests far and wide. And we are going to have a guest from quite a few miles away from Milwaukee. But, we are bringing to Milwaukee through this radio show things that we feel we are proposing. This is a growth point. Inclusion, accessibility, and accommodation. Let's take a look at how travelers coming through the Milwaukee market, southeastern Wisconsin, and everybody that River West Radio is influencing with the great programming here to say, how are we doing serving and including and letting people that are listening to this show or otherwise getting the content of this show, because if it's our friends that are deaf or hard of hearing, maybe the audio from this is not directly helpful, but with all the accessibility tools, maybe secondarily it is reprocessed, reformatted so that our friends who are deaf or hard of hearing are benefiting from this show and all content right here at River West Radio. So with the Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club, we are, happy to be able to announce that there's a strong history of the last decade that the Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club, as a part of the Wisconsin Water Ski Federation, has been taking wildly amazing efforts. It's been showing on other media around the marketplace and all around the state of Wisconsin, elsewhere, catching the interests of the sanctioning entity out of Florida. Central Florida is the water ski capital of the world, and through usawaterski.org and the Water Skier magazine, we are really, celebrating that the cover story of one of their recent magazines was by one of the diverse ability athletes competing internationally as Team USA and competing against teams elsewhere in 3-event water skiing using sit skis and doing slalom skiing, trick skiing, jumping and so forth. And these are athletes with disabilities, folks. And this is just our example. And this is something where 10 years ago, my wife Sue here and myself, with our daughter Alana, and with our friends in the ski club that we call our family, thanks to a mutual friend with our guest here, Denise Vargas, who has been on this show. It is wildly amazing what we're accomplishing right here across the next 20 minutes. So with that, no further ado, as they say, we're going to go to Emily. Emily is our radio engineer, our co-host, and she is giving us the guest platform, and she is on mute right now, but here she's unmuted, and she's going to bring us this guest who's got a flair that can come at you that might sound like a dare, because we're pushing the envelope tonight, folks. Emily, take it away. Who's our guest?
So our guest tonight hails from the state of California, and he's what we have affectionately been calling the Master Connector, or MC Holmes, and have been helping him with his Mastery of Connections podcast. It's been every Wednesday morning for the last month or so now. So Alan's good at connecting people. So Alan, why don't you come in here and say a little more about who you are or what you do?
Well,
Master
first
Connecting.
of all, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Well, first and foremost, I want to say congratulations to the River West Radio and all the ability that is going on within the islands of Wisconsin. Alan Holmes from California, also known as MC Holmes on Wednesday. For me to follow someone like the great Kurt Roscoff is kind of it's a little challenge, but yeah, I love, you know, just taking the take off, let my hair down, as they say a little bit out here in California, and just say I am 110% supporting the world of ability and all the disability community. I have an amazing wife, Melissa, who she goes through on a daily basis something that I can't even begin to imagine. She has mental illness, or I call mental wellness. Every day she's making sure that I am on top of things when it comes to the times, and I can talk for 8 hours, but she makes sure that I'm on top of my scheduling, and I don't give her enough credit. But Melissa, I love you. And for those who just want to just peer off on the side, she's sitting here, there she is. There she is, wave. She's like, She said, I put her on spot there. See, that's what I do, you know, from California all the way. You never know who's going to be there. But Melissa is just an amazing soul, as all the guests are. But to answer your question, Emily and Kurt and Sue and the rest of the River West community, I am your master connector, or MC Holmes. Collaborating, connecting, and networking is basically what I do. Veterans, I'm a veteran, 13 Bravo, Army veteran from 87 to 90, a proud veteran. I know a lot of veterans out there that are have go through the disabled and they're transitioning, whether it's to PTSD or whether they have a mental trauma or what they're going through with their families. Shout out to just amazing organizations that are out there to help veterans. I know that there's a game that Mr. Kurt is going to be a part of. It begins with an I, like MDO. He may let you know about something somewhere about the 2025 range. I may have, little birdie told me all the way from California, told me about this game that is going to be happening, that despite the wonderful solar eclipse that happened, that all of us, I mean, I've been getting phone calls. It didn't happen out here in California, but I know it passed through. But I just rode the wave, and I ended up here live 4/10/24 at a place called River West Radio with the ability and the disabilities and all the abilities to learn more about how we can help you. Emily, thank you so much for, I forgot now, I tend to do this. Your question was what I do? Okay, that's what I just did do. I just kind of gave you a long answer to what I do. Collaborate, connect, and network, and support the River West Radio family.
All right, Alan, I want to come back to you as MC Holmes. You're working with Emily and me with the background support of Sue here. So we're expanding what we're doing here at AbilityMKE Now and with River West Radio. It's sprouting off to other formats. We're doing some extra live streams. And, you know, so you've got the, you know, Mastery of Connection show that we produce, you know, earlier in the day. You know, we produce our, you know, shows here on Wednesday evenings. So Wednesday mornings, we're producing Mastery of Connections. And so it's inspired through your mantra and that you're very comfortable with affiliate marketing, network marketing, home-based business, and, you know, doing, you know, things that are akin to sales and building a book of business and so forth. Alan, I want to ask you, you know, where did you originally get your inspiration to this? Because you're telling us about your veteran position. So you served us in military and you've got your walk of life. There was something in your life that inspired you to say, you know what, right here at home, I can start making an income and doing this gig and being a solopreneur, entrepreneur. Can you think of what originally inspired you to do this?
Oh, absolutely. I can tell very clearly. What inspired me, actually, when I was 8 years old, my father, I mean, I came from the foster family, and other people don't know that, but I came from the foster family area. And my father was, at the age of 8, he was a door-to-door salesman. Well, and we say salesman. When I say sales, a lot of people, oh goodness, you're going to sell? No, we just had conversations with folks. And that kind of morphed into taking various different positions, anywhere from working at a restaurant. I worked with the, want to give brand names out there, but one with the chili pepper. Then I worked at one with it's a, you know, coffee, coco's area. And then, of course, that led me to, yes, the car salesman, you know, the one that's always trying to chase you around the car sales, did a little bit of that. And then I did, maybe I sold actually restaurant coupons, and that was very interesting. And of course, my really big inspiration really happened when I was at a call center. The reservation line where you call in, you called 800 number. I actually was one of the ones who actually answered. And when somebody said, wait a minute, you're not at the hotel. Why are you blah, 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 blah? And they used some very colorful language, but I learned a lot of great inspiration, and I met a lot of great individuals, really. One of my most memorable was one when I actually had to be on a relay call, and this fits right in alignment with the audience here. It was where when someone called in, they actually weren't on the phone. I was talking to the operator, who was the relay for the individual who was deaf and hard of hearing it. And I actually had to basically make the reservation through that. It was like almost like telephone back when we were little. I'm dating myself, but it was through one other person. And I remember having that conversation. I got in trouble for it because I was so impressed with the very fact that this individual who couldn't speak, who had to teletype through a third interpreter, and actually thanked me for making a reservation. He was actually nicer than the people that can speak, and you know, who were barking at me for not being at the hotel. But this individual was very humble, and I actually had a very long conversation, and it really taught me maybe this is a connection. This was probably the birth of the Master Connector MC Home and who I am today, because it humbled me to the point, of course, that there are individuals out there that have artists and abilities that draw, or they speak, or they can't speak, they use different languages, they're different from different cultures. And it is so fascinating. I never know who I'm going to meet. I met an artist from UK just recently, and he was basically hinting at our next, you know, show for Massive Connections next Wednesday. And then this gentleman, he called from UK, and I thought it was a prank call. And it ended up being a person who really followed me from a message that was given to him almost 5 months ago, when his mother and father sadly passed on, but he was a caregiver for them. And now we're taking and living their legacy through his art. He's a international world-renowned artist, who basically is painting and speaking, and his whole goal is to promote peace, prosperity, resilience, diversity, everything that the artists so I'm speaking to you artists now who are listening to this, MK. If you have a talent, if you have a gift, if you can paint and change the world, I feel like I am blessed and humbled to be a part of the Ability Now. And I know that there's going to be some time where we're about to come in public court to the end of the show, but just thank you for allowing me to be a part of this vision and your mission and everything you have, Sue and Emily and Kurt and AbilityMKE family.
Excellent. Well, and I'm so glad, you know, we all have that piece that we end up in places in our life where we maybe didn't think we were going. You know, 10 years ago, did I actually picture that I'd be sitting here on a Wednesday night and live on the radio? Did I see that in my sights 10 years ago? No, actually I didn't. But there are experiences we have in life that take us from one thing to the next. Your experience started back when you were 8 years old, that inspiration, that flicker of connecting dots. And as we move forward in life, there's so many directions our lives can go. And the fact that we have all collided here together like this, I mean, we all kind of met, what was it, through Happy Neighborhood Project is really what brought us together. And there's been so many good people that we've met through that. And never in a million years would I have imagined that I would have friends across the world, actually, from this one little thing that we did, this group that we met. And it just, to me, highlights how small decisions, the little things that happen on a daily basis, can really bring you to a place that you never even imagined was possible. And that we're able to share things out about about diverse abilities, to be able to share ideas that things that other people have brought to me along the way that I never would have come up with myself. I've learned so much. I think that's that whole thing of growing and looking to the next thing. I'm going to go back to what Kurt was saying earlier, that we have our ski club this summer. Barbie is going to be the theme. I'm dying to see how many people are going to show up in the audience that are just decked out in pink. Because, when you think Barbie, I mean, for me anyway, when I think Barbie, I think pink. Little things that can be something for people to look forward to. I know we do a lot of work with Project Die Hard and that organization, and that they're all about bringing hope to veterans. And sometimes it just takes something little like that it seems little, but really it's going to be like best night ever for, I'm picturing anyway, perhaps girl. I know when I was a little kid, I liked my Barbie dolls. I'm curious to see this summer how many little girls are coming out there with their Barbie dolls and making a big thing at the lake with us. And my hope in the process there is that we'll have things like adaptive skiing going on, and things that will hopefully be an inspiration to somebody who's never seen this before, and make them think about things that have, again, that have not crossed their paths till now. So, and even I'm as I'm bringing up adaptive skiing, I know we do have dates set for the Lindsay Legis Free Water Ski Club this summer, and I don't know if we've actually shared those out yet. So I do want to take a moment and do that, so that those dates are known. So down in Browns Lake, with a cooperation with the Lindsay Legis Free Water Ski Club and the Aqueducts, the team that they ski in Burlington on Browns Lake. And we do have 2 dates there this summer that are going to be, they're going to be amazing. So Friday, June 28th and Friday, August 23rd are 2 dates that'll be down in Burlington. So again, June 28th and August 23rd, 2024. We have those 2 awesome dates to look forward to, as well as July 19th up at the ski tournament. Actually, I know Kurt mentioned that the water ski capital of the world is Florida, but the show ski capital of the world, the whole dynamic of doing ski shows, Wisconsin of all places, is actually the show ski capital of the world. We have more teams across our state than anywhere else. And we'll be getting together that weekend in July, the July 19th through the 21st for the tournament. And we will be doing some adaptive skiing on the back end of the lake on the 19th, on that Friday. So I'm excited for what that all is that we have coming up there. So just, again, wanted to make sure those dates get out there. But I do want to bring it back around here. So we met through Happy Neighborhood Project. They have had some new things going on, and I'm curious if you guys have been on their new platform yet, and where things are at with how it's gone this week. So gobrunch.com is this platform that we're using now instead of Zoom. Just want to bounce it back to you guys. How is it going? What's new with that? How's the experience been? Alan, have you been on yet this week?
Oh yeah, I've actually was on there when they beta tested it about 2 weeks ago. It looked like something out of a metaverse. It was the most enlightening experience I've ever had. I had a couple of individuals say, what in the world? I realized that, for example, there are 2 buttons on there. One is a cam, where if you put it on, you'll be right there on the spot in a little circle. Or the other one is just like you're spotlighted, so you don't hit the wrong button. Then you can bounce around to the different seats. You can hit and add on to a person if you want to hit. I've had nothing but additions where individuals who were actually clicking and adding. Kurt and Emily both added me as a friend. You can message them. It is an amazing platform to be able to showcase the great show of AbilityMKE, for example, because you can message right there in the spotlight. So who knows, tomorrow is HNB entrepreneurs, where I might accidentally on purpose mention something like the Ability Now events, because they'll ask, where else do you go, Alan? Well, blah, 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 blah. And I will say Emily, Kurt, and yeah, it's just a great platform. Just love it.
Excellent. So Kurt, I know you were on earlier today as a co-host. What is the co-hosting experience like on there now?
Oh, it's something that is very, very simple. And, we've got a great team on our meeting, and just looking at the roster with the other meetings, we just have a good situation for happy business networking. Again, HMP, the Happy Neighbor Project, touting itself as being the happiest place in the world for business people. And so, yeah, we have those breakout rooms on there, and it's self-serve to go pop into the room and try to have 4 or 5 people, go and share, kind of like we did here with Alan. This type of environment that we're doing right here in this show is kind of what it's like to be in the breakout rooms briefly, just for 10 minutes, and pop back to the main room, back and forth. And so, as co-host, we have a script. So, so you have your notes to go by to help guide people. And it's kind of an easygoing mantra right now, because we're all learning together how to use gobrunch.com.
Excellent. So we are back on track now. This is the first week of having our meetings back, because we were using the Zoom platform for years actually, and now have made a switch to, what are they calling it now? HMP 3.0, I believe. So we have upgraded our way to a new platform, and I'm excited to get on there. And I know Kurt and I are both co-hosts for one of the meetings that takes place on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Central. So this is gonna be a fun experience to see where this is all going in the future. And with that, actually, another thing that we all know about a lot is No Card. So I know that's a new piece that we've brought into what we're doing, and I think it's worth sharing out as far as what that is and how that works. So actually, Emily, do you want to take that on and just tell us what is No Card? And No Card, KNOCARD.
So No Card is a all-in-one marketing platform where you can make or give and get referrals. They have their own like social media platform. There's messaging. There's tracking of all the things. And so yeah, it's a great platform that was created by somebody in Ohio, Rod Pickering, about a decade ago. And yeah, so it's been great. I think that we just learned about just a few months ago in December of 2023. So we're looking to kind of go gangbusters and wanting to get a lot of people on it. So
because it is a newer thing, and I know it'll be an easy website to remember, because I know with reaching Kurt, you can find information about that with nocard.com, or I'm sorry, nocard.app actually. KNOCARD, nocard.app, app/Ability Now. So very similar to our show title. Our show is AbilityMKE Now, but Kurt's information is on there listed under Ability Now. So everywhere he goes, he's all things, all ability, all the time, and I love that about what he's all doing. So actually, Kurt and Ellen, do you guys want to add anything at all? Any thoughts that you want to share on that?
Well, absolutely. The No Card, it keeps individuals like MC Holmes in alignment, because I have resources that just, again, thanks to Kurt, the mastery of connections, various different resources. But what I like about it, I was actually on an event earlier while I was actually speaking to a coach that she builds interiors for restaurants. And I was like, man, I love combination when they take things that don't, coaches and interior coaching. Well, long story short, I was able to send her my No Card right through she actually gave me her phone number inside the chat, and I sent her the No Card, and I said, she's like, what? I said, yeah, that's how quickly it is. I didn't even come up with the message. It's pre-populated. You can personalize it. But recently, and I found this late about 10 o'clock last night, they actually have a review section where you can review individuals who are part of it. So yeah, absolutely. It's lots of great things,
Awesome.
information.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Kurt, as always, love having you on here. Alan, Emily, you guys are the best. This is Ability MKE Now, and my name again is Sue Roskoff. And as always, we thank you.